The Denver Nuggets secured a 134-121 victory over the Detroit Pistons on Saturday night, bouncing back in emphatic fashion after a disappointing defensive performance the night before. The win was driven by a spectacular performance from Nikola Jokic, who finished with 37 points, showing once again why he is among the league's premier players. Jokic's composure, offensive skill set, and ability to deliver in the clutch made the difference as he closed the game with 6 straight points when Detroit threatened a late comeback. His leadership on the court was crucial in ensuring Denver avoided what could have been a disastrous collapse. Jamal Murray provided the perfect complement to Jokic's brilliance, exploding for 34 points, including a game-changing third-quarter performance where he scored 21 of those points. The third period was where the Nuggets took full control of the game, and Murray's contribution was the centerpiece of that surge. In the final 2:27 of the quarter, he poured in 12 points, capping a remarkable scoring stretch that gave Denver a commanding lead heading into the fourth. It was Murray's first 30-point game of the season, a significant milestone as he continues to regain rhythm and confidence. His ability to step up in key moments provided the Nuggets with the momentum they needed to put distance between themselves and the Pistons. Michael Porter Jr. was another key contributor, finishing with 26 points on the night. Porter's consistent scoring, especially from the perimeter, stretched the Pistons' defense and opened up opportunities for Denver's other stars to operate effectively. Porter's shooting touch has always been one of his most valuable assets, and on a night when the Nuggets needed all hands on deck to erase the memory of their previous game, he delivered. Denver started the game determined to make a statement after their defensive struggles against Cleveland on Friday night, a game in which they allowed 149 points, including 80 in the first half. This time, the Nuggets locked in defensively, holding Detroit to 61 points at halftime and using an 18-4 run late in the second quarter to seize control of the game. That defensive focus carried over into the third quarter, where Denver turned a competitive game into a blowout by outscoring Detroit 39-28. By the end of the third, the Nuggets had built a 25-point lead, seemingly putting the game out of reach. However, the Pistons were not ready to concede. Detroit's young and energetic roster made a spirited push in the fourth quarter, taking advantage of Denver's decision to rest its starters. Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, both of whom finished with 17 points, spearheaded the comeback effort, while rookie Ronald Holland hit a big three-pointer with 2:35 left to cut Denver's lead to just 7 points at 128-121. The rally forced Nuggets coach Michael Malone to reinsert his starters to prevent what would have been an embarrassing collapse. Once Jokic and company returned to the floor, Denver quickly regained control, with Jokic scoring 6 straight points to close out the game. For Detroit, the loss marked the end of a tough but productive 4-game road trip. The Pistons secured impressive wins against Phoenix, the Los Angeles Lakers, and Sacramento before falling to Denver. Despite the defeat, Detroit showed signs of growth and competitiveness, particularly in the fourth quarter when they pushed one of the NBA's best teams to the brink. The combination of Cunningham and Ivey continues to be a bright spot for the Pistons, while the contributions from Holland highlight the potential of their young core. Denver, on the other hand, demonstrated their resilience and ability to bounce back under challenging circumstances. Their defensive adjustments after Friday night's debacle were evident, as they played with greater intensity and focus, particularly in the first 3 quarters. The Nuggets also maintained their perfect record in the second games of back-to-back sets, improving to 6-0 in such situations. However, their struggles on the first night of back-to-backs, now 2-4, remain a concern as they aim for consistency over the long haul. Looking ahead, the Pistons will return to Detroit for a 4-game homestand, starting with a matchup against the Orlando Magic on Wednesday night. It will be an opportunity for Detroit to regroup and build on the positives from their road trip. The Nuggets, meanwhile, will travel to Utah to face the Jazz on Monday night. With this win behind them, Denver will look to carry their momentum forward and continue solidifying their position as one of the Western Conference's top teams. As the season progresses, performances like this will be crucial for the Nuggets as they aim to sustain their success and remain contenders in a highly competitive league.